Good morning, good people. Happy Thursday. Thus saith the Lord Thursday. One more time. Thus saith the Lord Thursday. Hope everybody's having a good morning thus far. I don't really have a whole lot of intro as usual. So we're just gonna jump right in. Um, Memory verse reflection verse of the day, Psalm 34, verse 8. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who trusted in him. Basically, what that's telling you to do is to try God, take a sample of God. Just do that. Just start there. Taste in the Lord and see that He is good. Just take a little small sample, like when you go into the mall, you walk in the food court and they give you a little piece of the food, a little piece of meat or whatever, like the bourbon chicken. I love the bourbon chicken. They give you a little piece of bourbon chicken on the toothpick. It's not enough to satisfy you. It's not enough to fill you up. It's just enough to get your taste buds going so you can see the quality of the food, the taste of the food, the preparation of the food, the texture of the food, to see all of that about the food. And that is supposed to entice you to go and get a full meal, something that you'll get uh, full off of, something you get some real sustenance from, something that you'd be able to experience the more of the full benefit of the meal from, right? Because usually when you taste something, you're just tasting a little piece of it. You're not tasting everything at once. Like in that instance, in that situation with the bourbon chicken, they just give you a piece of the chicken. But fried rice come along with that. You get another side. You get a drink usually. That's how the meal works. You just get a small taste in order to get the bigger meal. And the person who takes that small taste in God, they're going to taste and see that God is good. They're going to taste and see that God has their best interest at heart when He reacts with them. But tasting is also like the first part of the digestion process, or one of the first parts of the digestion process, or leading up to the digestion process, depending on how you look at it and who you read, right? Um, because in order to taste something, you have to put it in, you have to take it into your mouth um, and allow the saliva to start interacting, start breaking it down chemically. And you're probably doing some chewing as well, depending on what it is you're tasting. If you're tasting a drink, you may not be doing any chewing. But at the very least, the saliva starts to break it down. That's the chemical process. That's the first part of the chemical process of digestion. If you are chewing it, and breaking it into smaller and smaller pieces, that's the mechanical part of digestion, and that's what God is saying for you to do to Him. Is to take Him into you. Take Him into you. It don't even have to be especially if you just get started out. It don't even have to be in a very uh, big way. Just a little bit. Just try God. Uh, and as you taste something, some different things you can taste, and you don't like it, you spit it out. Some things you taste, you do like it, and you go for more. Uh, but God is saying here that if you taste Him, taste His ways, get a sample of His ways, of who He is, of how He loves you and how He wants it to be there and bless you, uh, that you will see that it is good. It is what you actually desire over and above anything else. Um, there's a void that even if you don't really notice the void at first, or you can't put it into words or explain it, there is definitely a void. At least I felt a void. I believe everybody else who doesn't have a right relationship with Christ, I believe everybody else feels that void as well. Pastor says a Jesus-sized void in your heart, and only Jesus can fill it. But it says, if you taste and see that the Lord is good, It says, then blessed is the man who trusted in him, right? Because it's that's how you get the full benefit of the meal. Is you trust in the meal, you eat the meal, and you let it do what it does. You break it down, you digest it, you let it work all the way through your body, and you get the vitamins and the minerals and the pleasure of the taste of the meal. And it helps to benefit all the functions of your different organs. Excuse me, helps to benefit the function of your immune system, helps to keep you safer and healthier and all of that. And that's exactly what God does. The more and more you trust in God, the more you'll see the benefits of doing so, the blessings of doing so. Trusting in God is how you will. Trusting in God is what it takes to receive more of the benefit of God. There's a certain word I'm looking for. I can't put my finger on it right now. But that's how that it takes you being trusting in God is what it takes to be in a right relationship with God. And once you're in that right relationship with God, that's when you're in a position to receive more of the benefits of God, right? More of the blessings of God. Also, the NIV says, blessed is the one who takes refuge in the Lord. Takes refuge. That's a place of refuge is a place of security, a place of safety. So you get that blessing of safety as well with God. So that's why God is calling you to Him, because He knows that if you just get a little bit of Him and you recognize it of being of Him as it should be, because we all experience some good in the world. No person experiences just 100% bad or 100% evil. We all experience some good in the world, in this life that we live. But not all the time do we attribute it to God and His blessings, right? Some people attribute their good that they experience in the world. They attribute it to money. They attribute it to relationships. They attribute it to drugs, alcohol, sex, anything, right? Anything other than God to keep them from seeing, that God is the ultimate source of all things that are good. But again, if you taste in the Lord, you will see that He was good, and you will be blessed if you put your trust in Him. It just is what it is. And so at some point, I hope that you make, if you don't have a right relationship with God, I hope that you make the decision to just give Him a try. Give Him a try. Like I said, when I did it, when I tasted God really and truly and fully for the first time, and really let my actions be a part of that more than just the lip service, blew my mind. Blew my mind. Blew my mind. I couldn't overestimate the change it had in my life. And it's all just the gospel of God. It's all just the gospel of the word. That's it. That's it. Just do what it takes for you to have a right relationship with God. And you will see the difference that it makes in your life. Don't do it for the difference that it makes in your life. Do it because God says so. God prefers obedience over sacrifice. So find a way to be obedient. Even if you do have a right relationship with God, you're not perfect in it. So there's probably somewhere else that you haven't been. There's probably some particular portion of your life that you haven't been trusting God. Maybe it's with your finances. Maybe it's in your marriage. Maybe it's in with the raising of your children. Maybe it's in how you go about doing your job at work, how you go about being a representative of God to the rest of the world. Maybe it's in your witness. Maybe it's something else. Whatever it is, there is an area in your life in which you haven't, you're not perfect. So you can trust God more and more with that. And as you continue on with God, you'll see that thing that you thought you had mastered before, that there's another level to it, another level to it. And you'll see and experience and appreciate more those different blessings that come with each level as you get closer to God, as you realize, okay, I've only had 1% faith. Okay, now I've had 2% faith, and now I can see how this affects that. Each time you read the Bible, I'm gonna say each time you read the Bible, but the Bible is so intricately put together, so well put together that you can get a deeper, more profound meaning from the same verse over time. That's how good God is. You never really get, if you're in the right relationship with God, you'll never hunger again. You'll never thirst again, not for knowledge, not for truth, not for love. It's when you take God out of the position that He's in that you start feeling those things, a lack or avoiding those things in your life. So again, trust in the Lord. Come taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who trusteth in the Lord. And I'm praying that if you haven't already trusted in the Lord, that you do so. If you have already trusted in the Lord, that you do so even more, because that's what I'm praying for myself as well. So anyway, I'm done for the morning. I hope y'all have a good day. Man, as always, be good. Take care of yourself. Stay out of trouble. Stay out the way of that Rona. Take Jesus with you everywhere you go. May God's will be done on earth as it is in heaven, and may His will be done in me and you.